والذين يقولون ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين وجعلنا للمتقين إماما.
تقال العثار العظام به ويغدو الهوى ككبش ذبيح بذكر الإله.
Something very, very important, and that is the principle of encouraging your children to love Islam and to love learning Islam. This is something that I personally find to be somewhat deficient in the way that many of us deal with our children. Sometimes you have some parents who are negligent, they just don't teach their children Islam, and they don't have any concern for their children to learn about Islam. I mean, their primary concern is their secular dunya education, and that's what they put the pressure on. But you see some other parents who put so much pressure on their children that they push their children away from Islam by putting enormous and unnecessary pressure upon their children when it comes to learning Islam. You have to make people love Islam and want to study Islam. So it is important that when you think about your children and when you think about your children's Islamic education, that you think about making them love Islam and instilling love of Allah in their hearts. Not only the love of Allah, but also hope and fear. Hope and fear in terms of hoping in Allah's reward and fearing Allah's punishment. And that's what we want to do with our children. We want to be a sabab, a cause for the love of Iman to enter into their hearts. Now some of that is to do with reward and punishment. So some of that is to do with rewarding them for Islamic achievements rather than dunya-based achievements. Because when you do this, you are setting the standard that Islam is what matters. Yes, I'm worried about your education, I want you to do well, but what really matters to me is Islam. That's why your success in your Islamic studies, I'm going to reward it many times more than I reward your success, for example, in your secular studies.
How do we protect our teenagers from the traps, the fitna of Dajjal? Number one, are you ready? Turn off the television. Number two, take the television and throw it out of the house. Because that is one of the most important instruments that Dajjal has for brainwashing you. Number two, the internet has its value. There's no question about it. My eschatology has now reached all over the world, and it's because of the internet. But then the internet is also filled with time bombs that you can easily be distracted and easily be misguided. So as parents, you've got to monitor your child's use of the internet. Shopping malls are dangerous places. When a 15-year-old boy leaves Kampung and comes to KL and goes into a shopping mall, his eyes open big, and when he sees the half-naked woman, his mouth opens big. So the less you can have of visits to shopping malls, the better.